Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jim Simmons with Smokin' Simmons Barbecue. Today, I'm very excited because we are going to be doing a prime rib roast smoked over apple, and it's going to be fantastic. So can't wait to share this info with you here. I'm going to bring you in closer so you can see what I'm going to do and what ingredients go into the rub, or not the rub, but the smear that I'm going to put all over it, and it's just going to make it get real happy. Come on in. All right. What I did want to mention to you before I get started is for this rib roast, this was about 6 pounds, just under 6 pounds. Last night I went ahead and gave it a nice little kosher salt grind and I let it sit in the fridge. That way it kind of soaks that salt in and just really gives it another layer of flavor on top of the ingredients that we're about to make right here. So to talk about the smear, right now I started with 6 sticks, so 1.5 pounds of Kerrygold butter. I just like that because, I don't know, it just tastes a lot better than your standard Publix butter. We also have 1 tablespoon of oregano, 2 tablespoons of minced onion, 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, 1 tablespoon of thyme, 1 tablespoon of rosemary, and 5 tablespoons of this Grill Mates garlic and crushed herbs, one of my favorites. It's such a really good blend. It even has some chili flakes in there, as you can tell. But basically all you do is you add this to the butter here. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw all that in there. And we're going to just dump these in. And we're simply gonna fold it all together. And by the way, this butter has been in room temperature for about an hour or so. If you don't have that kind of time to make it room temperature, just go ahead and pop it in the microwave. It's going to be perfectly fine. Now what this is going to do is this is going to act like a binder. This butter is going to act like a binder for all of these herbs. And it's just going to sit there and soak into that rib roast the whole time while it's smoking. I anticipate that this is going to take about 3 hours to be fully cooked, but obviously at a medium rare temperature. So I'm going to leave it on the grill. Let's see, I'm probably going to smoke it around maybe 250, 275. And I'm going to leave it on there until the internal temperature hits 120. That's a good medium rare temperature. And then of course, I'm going to let it sit for a little bit. I'm going to be smoking over apple today. All right, and as you can see, this is pretty well incorporated. Now, move this stuff out of the way. Bring this in, and we're going to go ahead and smear it on. There's a little bit of butter that needs to be mixed in, just a little bit more. That should be fine. Now, this is the part where gloves are highly recommended. They're not needed, but you're going to get your hands in there. So, we're going to do first, flip it over. We're going to do the ugly side first. Bone side, this is the part that's going to be down. Take some smear and do exactly what it's supposed to do. Smear it all over it. kind of weird feeling, I'll tell you that right now. But the payoff is going to be fantastic. You want a thin layer all the way around. You don't necessarily need too much on the bone side. But it helps to cover some of it. Definitely want to get the exposed side. And again, it's not going to be pretty. It doesn't have to be. The point is to cover as much surface area as possible with the spread. A lot of it's going to melt off. But what I'm going to do is put this grate over an aluminum pan. That way it catches it all and doesn't ruin my grill with all the melted butter everywhere. All right, that side looks pretty good. Missing anything? Y'all let me know, right? Missing anything here? And now we're gonna turn it over. Hopefully without losing anything. Okay, so we can get the rest. And even though £1.5 of butter seems like a lot, honestly, it's not going to be a lot because it's not really going to stay on the entire time. Really just going to drip down into the pan below. lot better now. All right, I am happy with this. Now what we're gonna do is let this sit here and get a little room temperature, get a little bit more tacky. And I'm gonna go ahead and fire up the grill. So next time you see me, we'll be putting it on the grill. And afterwards, while it's smoking, I'm gonna put together an amazing, really good mashed potato recipe that is just out of this world. I'll share that recipe with you. All right, looks good to me. Making more of a mess than anything. Okay, see you soon. I decided to change it up a bit. Instead of using apple wood, I wanted to use post oak, just because it's not going to get too long of a smoke hit. So I figured post oak would be a little bit tastier. Anyway, let's go ahead and throw it on. Okay, and as I said before, I've got a aluminum pan here. It's sitting right underneath this. And should be good to go. Let's not have that drip on my thermometer. That wouldn't give me the right temps. Of course, it dripped right on there as soon as I said it. That's okay. All right, we'll see you in about maybe 2 hours. I'll go ahead and put a thermometer inside of it to monitor it, and see you soon. And a quick update here. Unfortunately, the pan and the grate did not fit when I closed it, so I went ahead and put the pan underneath my grate, sitting on my smoking stone, and it looks to be working this way. We're right at that 2 hour mark. Let's go ahead and take a peek, and we'll throw a thermometer in it and see how much further we have to go. Ooh, she's looking pretty. Wow. Let's give you a little close up here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Looking fantastic. Right, put the thermometer in right dead center. Probably about there would do it. Just like that. All right, she's reading, let's see here, 91. So a little ways to go, but stay tuned. See you soon. All right, so now we're sitting at 90 degrees out on the prime rib roast. We're taking that up to about 120. So we're about 30 degrees left to go. Probably about another hour or two, possibly. So now it's time to get started on the mashed potatoes. Behind me, you'll see I've got, actually on this side, I've got 4 pounds of Yukon Gold peeled and cut up into probably like 1-inch cubes, boiling right now to get that down to a mashed potato consistency so I can mash them up. But now we're going to actually create something that I like to call flavor. And that's going to consist on a couple of things here. So let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, as you can see, I've got 2 sticks of Kerrygold butter that's already diced up room temperature, so that whenever the potatoes are done and mashed, that's going to be going into the pot. I'm going to slide these out of the way. What you also see here, I went ahead and took 2 bulbs of garlic, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of pinch of salt, and roasted them in the oven for about 50 minutes at 400 degrees until they're nice and squishy. And now whenever we are ready to mash up the potatoes, I'm going to squish these in there as well with the butter. And then once that's all incorporated, that's when we're going to add this. So we have to create it first. What we're going to do here is almost make like a cream, I'll think of it like a cream tea, if you would. So we're actually going to do a 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream. There, and 1.5 cups of whole milk. So that brings you right up to 2 cups. Like so. Okay, we're going to put that in a bowl, or in a pot, I should say. And we're going to toss in, I took another garlic bulb, cut it in half. I'm going to put that right in. everything goes in. 2 full sprigs of rosemary. Oh look, 2.5 actually. And put that in. Now what we're gonna do here is we're gonna simmer this for at least, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes. We're not gonna bring it to a boil, we're just gonna simmer it. We're gonna make it almost like a creamed tea for the mashed potatoes. Once that's done and the potatoes are ready to go, they've already been incorporated with the garlic and the butter. I'm gonna go ahead and pour this through a sieve and separate everything so that you get all of that rosemary flavor, the garlic flavor, and none of the bits in it. And we're gonna mix that in. So the next time you see me, we're gonna be right at that step. See you soon. All right, they're ready to get mashed. That's what I have right here. And we're going to, before we start mashing, we're gonna go ahead and throw in the butter, like so. And take the garlic, and you literally just squeeze it right out of its shell. Just like that. Next one. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I did not anticipate me getting so nasty, so be right back. Just like that, we're back. I'm going to go ahead and start mashing everything together. It's going to make some interesting sounds, that's for sure. But what you're really trying to do here is make it very, very thin, but also try to mix in those clumps of the butter and the garlic. They're really well incorporated in there. And once you have it to the consistency that you like, I'm gonna say just like that. I don't know if you can see that, but that's perfect to me. Now you add the cream. Now I went ahead and poured this through a sieve twice to make sure I got all the remnants of the rosemary and the garlic out of there. So this is just straight up cream and milk. Let's just do half for now. Mix it and fold it in. So we're done with the masher. And it does sound like it's very wet. And of course it is. But the more you stir, the more solid it gets. And the potatoes really soak up that cream. It's almost to that consistency that I like. Pour the rest of the cream in, just like that. And mix the last bit in. Now, the prime rib is almost done. So in the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this into a potato dish, throw it in the oven at probably like 170, just to kind of keep everything nice and toasty and it doesn't overcook anything. Although I don't think you can overcook mashed potatoes. But they're almost incorporated, and this will thicken up as it sits too. But right now they're a velvety smooth consistency. As you can see here, they're almost pourable, which is beautiful. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in a container. This is a ton of mashed potatoes for 4 pounds, so not even a full bag. So I'm definitely going to be sharing this with a few local people, because I sure as heck do not need all this mashed potatoes. And just like that, folks, you've got creamy garlic mashed potatoes. And of course, you can season to taste with salt, mix it around a little bit. I'm gonna wait until I'm ready to serve to do that. So stay tuned. Okay, folks, the thermometer just went off. And we are now at 123, which should be perfect to take off and let rest for about 15-20 minutes. Let's take a peek. Wow. That looks amazing. Let's go ahead and bring her on in. All right, she's been rested for 15 minutes now. And let's go ahead and take the bone off and slice in and see how we did. Okay, as you can see, went ahead and took the strings off when I put it on. Let's go go ahead and stand it up. And we're going to take the bone off. I guess there's no need to take it off. That's a first. Wow, okay. Well, that was easier said than done. Wow. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and make sure this is lined up good for you here. The first slice off, take a gander. There we go. Oh, look at that. Look at that. The juice is just flowing out there. Very nice. Let's get one a little bit more towards the center. Ooh, I can hear the juices. That is a thing of beauty, folks. Absolutely stunning. Look at that. Yes, sir. All right. Let's go ahead and cut off a piece, shall we? Let's take one right here. Get rid of some of this deckle fat. Let's give this one a taste. All right. So before I sample this, I'm going to give a piece to my son as well and see what he thinks too. So we'll both try it at the same time. All right, Ethan, there you go. Not yet, hold on. All righty, cheers.
That's really good.
That's fantastic. Wow. Wow. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and slice this up, bring the potatoes out, and show your final product. So, as always, if you like what you're watching, leave a comment, like, subscribe, tell your friends, but also most importantly, let me know if you tried this out. I want you to be as excited about this as I was. This was just fantastic. I mean, the juice alone coming from this is, I don't know if you can see that, but it's now all over my hands. Anyway, I had a lot of fun making this one. I hope you guys do too. See you soon.